Does your vision for business match what you see happening on a daily basis? Welcome to Jim White's Circle of Success show, where Jim White brings it all together. For over 30 years, Jim White has worked with organizations and individuals worldwide to help develop and implement excellence. You'll get the inside story on how to create innovative leaders from one corner of your company to the other. Get everyone on your team contributing to the bottom line. Keep building revenue, even when the economy and your customers have flatlined, and more. Jim White's Circle of Success show covers it all, from communication to contract negotiation, from personal fulfillment to revving up cash flow. It's not about theories, it's about showing what works and how to make it work for you. And now, here's your host, Jim White.
Thank you, Dave, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very special show for you. We have Paraiso Vineyards from Soledad, California, and we have the family members, and they're here for the entire hour. We're going to discuss the region, and I'm going to leave the name blank for a moment, and all of my regular viewers, you know how we do this, so it's kind of fill in the blank. And the region of California, where Soledad is located, and especially for the wine growing area where Paraiso Vineyard is located. What we're going to do today is to hear from the family members. We have Casey Fleming, which is the daughter of Richard and Claudia Smith. We have Jennifer Smith, which is a daughter-in-law and the wife of Jason Smith, the son of Richard and Claudia. And we have David Fleming, and he is the husband of Casey. And I hope I got all those relationships squared away there. If I didn't, they're going to let me know. But I think we did. We're going to discuss from an adolescent's perspective what it was like when their mom and dad decided in early 70s, when they moved to Soledad in 1973 to start a wine growing operation. And we're going to talk about growing up and the sacrifices and the joy and the love. And then we're going to have Dave Fleming on for a segment. Dave is the winemaker, and we're going to talk about different wines. And then we have Jennifer. Jennifer is going to talk about events, hospitality, and all of this just dovetails right into Valentine's. So just take a look at this, and we'll be right back. Casey, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. That piece, and I love that photo. That photo, what, 1973, you, Jason, your mom and dad.
Yeah, that was us.
So that started a journey. So let's take a minute and let's talk about those early years. I want the audience to really connect with what it was like as a child, and then growing up, and in many conversations with your dad and your mom, they did not start to become wine growers, right?
No, not at all. No, as a matter of fact.
So tell us a little story. How did all that start?
The funny part of that is we all graduated from UC Davis, which people would just assume that we actually were in the classes of enology and viticulture, which we were not. My dad was actually in animal science, thought he was going to be a veterinarian. And I met my mom, graduated from Davis, and was working in a science lab in Los Gatos. And an investment group in San Francisco heard about the hoopla down in Monterey County. There was a lot of vineyards being stored in, and actually even some winemaking facilities. Palmasan, Winty, and Mirasu were down here. And an investment group heard about that and hired my dad's lab to come down and do some soil samples and just look at the area and see if it was a good place to plant grapes. My dad was working for the lab, and he was working with fruit growers.
I see.
Nothing to do with grapes. He came down, did his samples, and as a matter of fact, on the actual area in which we live, and decided that it was an excellent area to grow grapes. And as he was presenting this information to the investment group, he actually proposed that he would be part of their management series. Didn't know what he was doing at that point when it comes to viticultural enology, but definitely my dad is an entrepreneur, and decided to take a leap and, packed us all up in the back of the truck and headed down to Soledad, and we started a business. He actually started as, I think he was an assistant manager under that group that started the vineyards.
Right.
And he learned from the bottom up. And I tell you, blood, sweat, and tears. It was, as I said, my dad was an entrepreneur. I didn't see much of him. When I did, it was during harvest, and we were literally making dinners and trucking out into the vineyards and bringing him some kind of dinner or something for nourishment, because he was harvesting 24/7. It was when our business was really small. And we've grown tremendously. We've grown from that point. He was assistant manager. He acquired a 45-acre property, which is where we live. My husband and I, my mom and dad, we live on that part of the property, which is Paraiso Vineyards. And let's see, in 1986, that was 1973, we came down in Soledad. 1986, he actually acquired the entire property that we live on. That is Paraiso Vineyards. And before then, yeah, it was a lot of really, really hard work. A lot of hard work.
Let me go to 1973, and I'm going to see if I have this story. And as I said to the audience, we'll fill in the blank about the region. The blank I'm talking about is this Santa Lucia Highlands. Now, by all account, your parents, Richard and Claudia, are the ones that were instrumental in creating that. So what's so special about that designation? How did that come about? Can we talk a little bit about that?
That designation is very specific, as is every AVA area. But for our specific area, Paraiso Vineyards in the Santa Lucia Highlands AVA area is full of microclimates. It has alluvial fans coming off of the valley floor coming up. We have sun, we have wind, but it's very particular to that certain area. And that is why anybody who knows AVAs, they are specific to their climate, their weather, their the land, the rise of the land, everything, the elevation. And so, yeah, my parents were pioneers in the entire, not just the grape growing industry in Monterey County, but definitely leaders in designating the AVA for Santa Lucia Highlands.
It's important to note what you just said. Your parents were pioneers.
Absolutely.
Now, recently, Monterey County was named as one of the top 10 in the world and destinations, right? And we're going to talk to Dave and Jennifer about that a little bit more in their segments. But you set back, 1973, we're in this car. Your dad, it's an understatement to say he's an entrepreneur. I think
an absolute understatement.
Yeah.
He literally packed us in the car, and when he presented this investment group with the idea that this was a great place to grow, something just ignited inside him, and he decided to take it on and say, I think I'd be great for the job. And they hired him, and he worked from the bottom up, and just he learned hands-on, and he has grown not just in the Paraiso. He has actually, at that point, he started his own business, Valley Farm Management,
Right.
where he started managing properties, acquiring properties, purchasing, to the point now we're at 20 different ranches in the Salinas Valley area, and over 3,500 acres at this point. So he'd keep going if we didn't put a cap on him. He's just a...
Oh, he would take the entire state over.
Absolutely, yeah. He loves it. It's his passion. Everyone asks when he'll retire. He never will. He just absolutely loves doing it.
And he doesn't even like that word either.
No, he doesn't at all.
So
You know him well.
understand. So, when the designation, and your dad and I think one of your, I'm going to say competitors, Han, was it?
Smith and Hahn, right.
Smith and Han. They shepherd this designation to the Santa Lucia Highlands, right?
Right.
So having that designation really focuses on a couple, I'm going to say, brands, and
Absolutely.
and Dave's going to correct me in my language here in his segment. But primarily in that region, it's the grapes are what for Pinot.
Pinot and Chardonnay.
Chardonnay
Pinot,
primarily.
Chardonnay, and Riesling. Yeah, Riesling is lower, but definitely Pinot and Chardonnay, and that is San Lucia Highlands is definitely known for those two, and that is, my husband Dave will let you all know that Pinot Noir is definitely our big wine. It's something
Right.
that we like to focus on because we do grow grapes in that area. It's very good to grow grapes, the Pinot Noir varietals in the San Lucia Highlands, and we're all very happy as growers because if my brother were here, he'd tell you we have some great contracts with some good wineries that actually they're sought after because we take care of our grapes, but not only that, we are growing them in the San Lucia Highlands, and people want them. Winemakers want them. Vineyards, they're good vineyards, and they're good varietals to have in that area. So
We're going to get a break in, and when we come back, I'd like to, my favorite word, drill down more on what it was like growing up in this entrepreneurial family. Okay?
absolutely, sounds good.
You're watching the Circle of Success Show with Dr. Jim White, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Clarity of purpose. Are you a recent college graduate, unemployed, an entrepreneur, or considering a career change? A business owner or employee struggling with performance issues? Classes are forming now for the worldwide phenomenon What's My Purpose Life Mastery Course 2.0 from best-selling author and world-recognized management consultant Jim White, PhD. What's My Purpose Life Mastery Course 2.0 can help you define your goals and vision. Start living your life on purpose. Living on purpose is about joy. Living on purpose is about intention. Living on purpose is about personal transformation and continued growth. What's My Purpose Life Mastery Course 2.0 is a challenging course that helps you address finances, relationships, spiritual growth, physical and mental health. Reclaim your personal power and get your life on track to attain true success. Learn more and register at whatsmypurpose.com. That's whatsmypurpose.com. 12 O'Clock High is one of the undisputed best movie classics of all time. Required viewing at U.S. service academies and officer training schools. It is also one of the best business learning tools available. The movie rated #1 by top executives for its influence on their management styles. Now, the inspiration of the 12 O'Clock High Leadership and Management Summit. An innovative one-day event and 30-day follow-up where you'll quickly see what's working and not working on the front lines of your company and in your own leadership style. From J.L. White International and hosted by best-selling author and world-recognized management consultant Jim White, Ph.D., this event has already been attended by more than 100,000 business leaders in 22 industries worldwide. Now it's your turn. The 12 O'Clock High Leadership and Management Summit. Learn more at 12high.com.
We're back with Casey Fleming. Casey, we have a photo. That's that photo in 1973. And look at that. Boy, look how young.
Everyone looks.
And look at you. I love your cowboy boots.
I still have my red cowboy boots.
You still have your red
Yes,
cowboy
I do.
boots?
Yep.
And then that's your brother Jason,
Yes, it is.
right? And Jason is the VP of Operations, General Manager. Where did he go to school?
UC Davis. We all did. The four of us, we all graduated from UC Davis.
Really?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is true.
And my younger son, Miles, is at UC Davis.
So we knew that, and we were really excited about that.
Wow.
Go Cal Aggies, you got it.
Yeah, he was right. So seeing that photo,
I love it.
and I love that photo.
Yeah, so do I.
When your mom sent via your dad this thumb drive of photos in preparation, and I was going through and I was watching, and that one jumped out, and I went, oh my God, that's so great, you know, it's just wonderful. So to be able to see that image, and what I want our viewers to really understand about an entrepreneurial family, and especially in the wine, that it is difficult to make money in the wine business.
Absolutely.
It is difficult.
Yes, it is.
So starting from nothing, your dad seeing an opportunity. Well, in order to execute on opportunities, he was gone a lot, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he was gone quite a lot.
And I remember hearing stories that he would make phone calls from phone booths from the road where you guys were in the car.
Pre-cell phones, yep.
Pre-cell phone days, and you guys were in the car.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you were saying entrepreneurial families, and that picture really puts it into perspective. We had to be tight. We had to believe in what my dad was doing and support him 110%. I'm not kidding when I say we were cooking food and bringing it out, chomping out in the vineyards. I mean, that sounds, you know, so crazy, but that's exactly what we did. We saw that my dad had passion. He had the integrity and the tenacity to just have a vision and want to completely pursue it. You know, there were little sacrifices here and there, but we're all just as strong as we were back then. It definitely takes a lot of drive and passion and time, but we did it. And he's amazing, and we have we've seen this business and now numerous businesses grow from one tiny, actually not even owning the property, to acquiring a piece of the property and then a bigger piece of the property, and that's just Paraiso Vineyards. And then, you know, as I said, we are managers, owners, leaseholders, fee title in 20 different ranches throughout Salinas Valley, and that is over about 3,500 acres. 3,500
acres would be, and that's what your brother Jason works very closely on that side of Valley Farm Management and all these contracts. And the grapes are purchased by other wineries.
Right. The grapes,
well.
That's always been our business. We have always grown the grapes and sold to about 30 different wineries, anywhere from Washington to Napa, to even close here to home. Some of our local wineries they like our grapes. They like the Santa Lucia Highlands. They like being able to put that on their label. It's just known, especially for Pinot and Chard. And so it's something that we're very proud of. It's also something that my husband, I'm sure, will tell you he's very proud of, because he gets to not necessarily cherry pick, because he has to, you know, be in line, but he gets to walk the vineyards and just kind of choose what he wants, and really work his art, his craft into producing the Paraiso winery label, the Paraiso Vineyards label. And so it's crazy to just see where we've started, just looking at that picture, and then being able to see and be able to say that my husband is now, you know, cherry picking through the vineyards and deciding what he wants for our own label. So we have a plethora of businesses and opportunities and fantastic relationships with the people that we have. A lot of different contracts on different levels with. I'd have to say, going back to the entrepreneurial family, integrity is probably the biggest word in our family. It's something that my parents raised both Jason and I with, knowing that integrity in life, socially, in business, in any aspect of life is probably the most important thing to uphold.
The period of time that I've had the pleasure to get to know you and your family, integrity is that word that jumps out. And there's another thing that jumps out to me. is the community give back.
Absolutely.
Support of the community.
That's something my parents, as I said before, they were definitely pioneers in leading the grape growing industry here in Monterey County, but it's not just the wine grape growing industry, it's also the agricultural business. Everything from farm days, which we just had here. It's something that my parents started with a good friend of theirs that has blown up to, it's huge. It's for elementary kids to come to certain venues in the Salinas Valley and learn about agriculture. We have, I don't even know how many presenters we have, numerous presenters, that teach children in elementary school here in Monterey County everything you need to know about where chickens come from, how are things harvested, how are things planted. So it's not just the wine grape growing industry, it's the ag business. There's on so many different community levels. My parents have either sparked some interest in someone else, or they have just held a tight reputation in the community to be community leaders and support the community, because the community has definitely supported us. Our neighbors, we call them our family, our neighbors, everybody around us have definitely, they've supported us throughout this whole entire process. And
we got about a minute left in this segment, Casey, and we're going to bring you back later on the show. But in the minute we have left, it's probably not fair to do this to you, but
sorry, I'm used to it.
I know, I know. It's what you guys are so cool.
We'll go with it.
So, what single word or what advice would you give to other families, entrepreneurial families? What did it take?
Communication. I don't even have to think about it. It's communication. If you do not have communication in your family, it's lost. You have to be able to communicate and understand and compromise. That's something my parents instilled in both Jay and I throughout our entire lives. And being able to communicate with each other, with the entire family, not just the parents, but with the kids as well. And really establishing, not necessarily agreeing all the time, but definitely trying to understand each other. I think a big part for the three of us was to understand my father's passion and to know and believe in what his dream was, and just surrender and say, this is it, we're going to back you up and make it happen. So definitely, that was a no-brainer for me. You didn't even put me on the spot.
I know. Okay. You're so wonderful. Okay,
thank you so much.
You're going to be back later on in the show.
Sounds
We're
good.
going to get another break in. And then we're going to come back with Dave Fleming, and Dave's the winemaker, and we're going to talk about some of these wonderful wines you see in front of us. And also, anybody that's viewing ParaisoVineyards.com, right? ParaisoVineyards.com with a southern accent. Everybody gets that? ParaisoVineyard.com. And if you call or go visit, make sure you mention the show, and you may get a little surprise. I don't know, you may get something, okay? So you're watching the Circle of Success Show with Dr. Jim White, and we'll be right back after these messages.
The current business climate is becoming more and more complex. CEOs on the cutting edge know they must explore strategies to understand and command the marketplace. The annual JLW CEO Summit, Strategies for a Complex Business World, will enable CEOs and business leaders to explore strategies applicable to an ever-increasing complex environment. A unique opportunity to become educated in complexity theories and inspired to turn those theories into real business strategies with a focus on earnings, market share, and brand improvement. A powerful format that is a blend of the World Economic Forum, the Clinton Initiative, and TED Talk. Hosted by best-selling author and world-recognized management consultant Jim White, Ph.D. Along with many specialized business authorities, you will explore strategies for a complex world. The much-anticipated JLW CEO Summit, Strategies for a Complex Business World, will be held in the beautiful Hayes Mansion in San Jose, California, September 26th and 27th. Visit us online at jlwceosummit.com. This segment is brought to you by Circle of Success, a dynamic, year-long intensive management and leadership development process designed to help individuals and organizations reach their goals quickly. A customized process addressing specific needs and identifying the critical opportunities particular to the individual and organization, with results measured in increased revenue, increased net profits, and increased equity. The Circle of Success, inspiring excellence in people at jlwhiteinternational.com/circles.
We're back with David Fleming. David, welcome to the show.
Jim, great to be here. Thank you.
I tell you, didn't your wife do an awesome job?
She always does.
I know. Boy, you're such a great husband. You guys are such a great team.
Thank you.
You're the winemaker, right?
I am indeed.
What is a winemaker? What is it? What's the magic sauce? How do we become a winemaker? And then we're gonna we see all these wonderful wines here, and then we're gonna talk about those and what makes them so special and what makes them wonderful. So first, what's a winemaker?
You know, a winemaker is just simply the person who takes the fruit and turns it into a liquid product that you can enjoy for comfort. Simply stated. There's a lot of science and some artistry that goes behind that, but we're just literally taking what Mother Nature has given us through our vineyard process and receiving them into the winery and babysitting them, if you will, and correctly managing the fermentation and the ageability of those wines with some artistic inputs, and then giving it to the public.
Wow.
Or drinking it myself, too.
Right. Casey was sharing about their parents and their background, and they weren't wine or grape growers.
Right.
You didn't start off as a winemaker. Your background is in?
My background was in psychology with an emphasis on marriage and family child counseling. Took a left turn at Albuquerque once I met Casey and decided there's a whole nother career out there if I want to take it.
Yeah. So once again, this goes to the entrepreneurial spirit and from the passion and the love. So you come from a psychology background and you become a winemaker. And how long have you been the winemaker for Paraiso?
I've been the winemaker Paraiso for about 12 years. More emphasis has been placed on that when we finally built our own facility in 2005 on the Paraiso estate. That's where the rubber met the road of all the learning experiences at custom crush facilities and abroad taken into consideration when we built the winery on site. Then my skill set of everything I learned beforehand came into play.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at this photo. Dave, if we could pull up this photo. I want to show, okay, once again, that's a great shot of all of the different wines, and we have some of them live in the studio, and we're going to be talking about those. And thanks, Dave. And when we come back, it's start with this, I don't know, let's start with this one.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. Now, why is Chardonnay such a great grape? You get a choice of words there.
Sure.
From your region. So tell us about a Chardonnay. What makes it so special, and how do you go about, and how do we separate ourselves from the wineries right down the street? So let's talk about that.
That's a great question. What makes Chardonnay so unique or special is really the sense of place. It grows all around the state, but in Monterey County, and specifically on the Paraiso estate, we get a lot of different tropical fruit flavors, and I think people are drawn to that by our structure of how we present that, both on the cream element and the citrus minerality element, and blending those two together. That's actually how I crafted this particular Chardonnay here. What makes us different...
Let's get a shot of that. Can we get a shot of that, Dave? Can I do this? It's kind of... Yeah, look at that. Look at those hills. That's the Santa Lucia. Is that what we're representing there? That's the Santa Lucia, the background
drop of the estate and the appellation.
Right.
You bet.
Okay.
You know, Chardonnay is so much fun in terms of comfort drinking.
Right.
And why is it more popular than other white varietals is beyond me. It's not my readily easy answer to give you, other than the comfort of saying the name, and the category is extremely diverse and big in terms of the choices that are available in the shelf set in stores. What we really pride ourselves on within our region, though, is taking the elements of Chardonnay from our clonal specific set and fermenting them differently and giving the comfort level or the food-friendly crowd one collective choice. In winemaking.
I'm going to ask you to hold that thought.
Yeah,
I hate to do
sure.
that. You got to hold that thought. We
No
got to pay
problem.
the bills, so we got
Let's
to
do it.
We got to get a commercial in here.
Let's do it.
You're watching the Circle of Success Show with Dr. Jim White, and we'll be right back after this message with Dave Fleming, and we're going to talk about some Pinot.
12 O'Clock High is one of the undisputed best movie classics of all time. Required viewing at U.S. service academies and officer training schools. It is also one of the best business learning tools available. The movie rated #1 by top executives for its influence on their management styles. Now, the inspiration of the 12 O'Clock High Leadership and Management Summit. An innovative one-day event and 30-day follow-up where you'll quickly see what's working and not working on the front lines of your company and in your own leadership style. From J.L. White International and hosted by best-selling author and world-recognized management consultant Jim White, Ph.D., this event has already been attended by more than 100,000 business leaders in 22 industries worldwide. Now it's your turn. The 12 O'Clock High Leadership and Management Summit. Learn more at 12high.com.
We're back with David Fleming. Dave, let's talk about this wine here. Tell us, paint a picture. I mean, for our audience, this is viewed around the world. We are in syndication. So over time, people are going to be looking at this. And even though we are broadcasting live from Monterey County, California, but this show's been seen in 30 some odd countries, okay? So it's educate. Take a few minutes and it's educate people on what's fate. Why do we call it fate? What is it?
That's a great question. Thanks for giving me that. I'd be happy to answer it for you. One of the cool things about our region is that we get to really express Pinot Noir, which is one of my favorite wines to not only make, but also to drink and to share. And fate is a culmination of that history and that path. We make wines that are comfortable to drink, casually, socially acceptable, of course. And fate is a representation of making Pinot Noir as intense as we can get it without having to add any other varietal to it. And in the word fate...
Add any other varietal?
Yes.
Okay, just 30 seconds. Tell me a little bit more about that. That means like you got... Well,
so if we
I'll
have,
shut up and let you talk.
If we have Pinot Noir that's very soft and delicate, and we want to have a consumer enjoy a product that appeals to them, sometimes people want a bigger red wine, and if all we have is Pinot Noir, we're lost on that customer. Fate is an attempt or an expression to make Pinot a little more intense and give them the comfort level that they like in a red wine without overblowing the category. To explain the word is even better. The better picture that's painted there is the word fate is a French word, as a noun and as a verb. And as a verb, it's the past tense of to do, to have done it. As a noun, it's the pinnacle or the summit of the mountain or the rooftop. And I like to loosely translate that as an Irish kid born in Anaheim taking a French word and saying, I have made the top of the line of Pinot Noir for its intensity. How's that for a picture?
I like it. Okay. We're going to do this fast.
All right, let's roll.
How are you on your feet? Okay.
Perfect.
I
Even
know
better,
you are.
actually.
West Terrace is the name of this one. West Terrace. And I know there's stories behind all of these names. So what's the deal with that wine?
There is. Well, West Terrace is just simply a definition of place in a specific spot on the ranch where we found some luxury opportunities. And if you look at the first Paraiso Pinot and the West Terrace Pinot and the fate that we just put away, we're really looking for what do we want in terms of the structure of the wine. Jim, I make wine that I like to drink. And I like to make an experience that's associatable for an audience. And so when I'm describing to them, I ask them, what do you want in this experience? Do you want it simply stated for comfort, which would be very simplistic in nature? Do you want it for food opportunity, which would be complexity? Or do you want what the fate that you just put down, which would be the intensity, and you want to plan some kind of special occasion that you know is coming your way? So we like to really look at these three and say, are you interested in simplicity, complexity, or in intensity? And how that lays on your palate or your tongue is a lot easier to describe than some of the subjective terminologies that winemakers like to throw out, and people get maybe a little bit lost. Some will follow, but some people get a little bit lost in terms of the explanations that we use. I totally transformed the dialogue and the language and watching the people associate with their comfort level on how they like to taste wine. If you had a hard day at work and came home and all you wanted to do was just drink and not think about anything else because the day was tough enough as it is, this is your wine over here, Paraiso Pinot Noir. The West Terrace is really your thinker's wine. This is the think about what you want to eat. This is the wine that we made that goes with more opportunities for food.
This one?
Absolutely. The West Terrace. Well, this is now he switched cameras on me, but that's okay. So we'll just make a product shot here. We'll put them together.
Okay.
And this one here.
Okay, the West Terrace
is West Terrace. This
right.
West Terrace here is my think and then drink. And this one over here is my drink. You don't have to think. We've taken in all the intimidation out of this process for you.
Dave, what I like to think about your wines, and it goes to the flavor of the Smith family.
Sure.
Fun.
Yes.
Loving.
Yes.
Friendship.
Absolutely.
Building long-term friendships. So, as wines become more popular, and you use the word, if you've had a tough day, you're going to come home and drink this, and I got to do a disclaimer to our audience. That's not suggesting that you do it responsibly.
Absolutely,
okay?
yes. Thank you for that.
So
moderation and respect.
Yeah, I don't want my audience to say, well, Jim's promoting, So now the next program's AA, but anyway, we'll do that. Okay. So responsibly drinking, but what I really want for our audience to get their minds, because most people say, I don't know how to select wine.
Correct.
With what I drink.
Correct.
And then when I'm out with my friends, I don't want to embarrass myself because I don't know how to go about that selection.
You know, Jim, that's exactly how I started. When I was introduced to the wine industry through the Smith family and was given an opportunity to be a part of it, I was really intimidated by the process of how we go about talking about wine, describing wine, ordering wine, and not having so much ego be crushed because you didn't know how to do it. Once we learned the language skill set of the wine, as well as the relation to the customer, the whole opportunity opened up for me to explain that because I came from the other side of it. I was a consumer mind with a consumer palate. And as I had the skill set in order to make the product like this, it was very easy to relate to the consumer with why these experiences work. They work for me, and I know if I can get it, my audience will also get it. We make wine for comfort and for pleasure of drinking and associated with an experience. Does your experience revolve around just your own self tonight? Is it around food, or is it with a planned party? We have wines for every level and every segment.
I like that. Great picture. Dave, we got to get another break in, and we're going to have you back in another segment.
Okay.
We're going to bring Jennifer Smith on next. So you're watching the Circle of Success Show. We'll be right back after these messages with Jennifer Smith.
Climate is becoming more and more complex. CEOs on the cutting edge know they must explore strategies to understand and command the marketplace. The annual JLW CEO Summit, Strategies for a Complex Business World, will enable CEOs and business leaders to explore strategies applicable to an ever-increasing complex environment. A unique opportunity to become educated in complexity theories and inspired to turn those theories into real business strategies with a focus on earnings, market share, and brand improvement. A powerful format that is a blend of the World Economic Forum, the Clinton Initiative, and TED Talk. Hosted by best-selling author and world-recognized management consultant Jim White, PhD. Along with many specialized business authorities, you will explore strategies for a complex world. The much-anticipated JLW CEO Summit, Strategies for a Complex Business World, will be held in the beautiful Hayes Mansion in San Jose, California, September 26th and 27th. Visit us online at jlwceosummit.com. This segment is brought to you by Circle of Success, a dynamic, year-long intensive management and leadership development process designed to help individuals and organizations reach their goals quickly. A customized process addressing specific needs and identifying the critical opportunities particular to the individual and organization, with results measured in increased revenue, increased net profits, and increased equity. The Circle of Success, inspiring excellence in people. At jlwhiteinternational.com/circles.
Welcome back. Now we have Jennifer Smith. Jennifer, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Jennifer is the daughter-in-law, and you're married to Jason, right?
I am.
You're married to Jason. And you bring all of the wine and your hospitality and events, and I want to talk about that a little bit. But I got a couple of photos I'm going to bring up first.
Right.
Okay, Dave, if we could bring up that first photo from Jennifer. I picked that photo, and that is on property, right?
Uh-huh.
And this is one of the things that you guys do annually, and that's your Christmas.
It is. That's
Okay.
all the trimmings holiday boutique party.
Okay, so that's what you create, right? And you are creating events, which is to support the experience of the wine, right?
Correct.
So, Valentine's Day's Thursday, isn't it?
Thursday.
Thursday.
We just had an event that was featured around Valentine's Day. Our passport weekend was just Saturday. Actually, all the wineries on the River Road Wine Trail participated. You bought a ticket, you came to each winery, you tasted wine, had food, chocolate, port. It's a great way to spend the day. It's creating an experience for people to be able to enjoy the day and drink wine and shop and just enjoy themselves.
Valentine's Day. What would you say, and what would you recommend to the guys? Let's just deal with the guys a little bit. So we're not the best. We're not the best in the world of being creative when it comes to putting together. So from a winery, what can we say to the guys? How about a nice dinner and a
dinner, a bottle of wine, a box of chocolate? Sounds silly, but who doesn't love chocolate? We have truffles at our place. We have all kinds of great things you can. Pinot Noir and chocolate. I don't know what else you can ask for.
God.
I mean, it's simple.
Okay, guys. It's very simple. Chocolate.
And maybe some jewelry in there with that. We have that too at the tasting room. We have a fantastic boutique, so you can come and get some jewelry there as well.
So diamonds. Chocolate.
We don't have any diamonds, but we've got some really cool.
No, I'm talking to the guys now.
Oh, okay.
Guys, diamonds will work, along with wine, along with chocolate, and maybe a little rose and a nice dinner. And
let's do that.
Going to be a pretty good thing, right?
Yeah,
good,
absolutely.
Good. And that's one of the things that you do so wonderfully in creating these events, just like the photo we showed.
Yeah.
And I attended one of your dinners that you put on,
it was our winemaker dinner right before the holiday open house.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was such a wonderful, and that was a setting in the winery.
Yep.
Right. Just a beautiful setting.
It was in
there.
the barrel room. It was beautiful. Again, it's creating an experience. So every person that comes there, we want them to be our friends. We want them to enjoy our wine, and we create an event to kind of like we would do with our own family. If we're doing that, we want people to be able to come over, just like we were cooking dinner for our friends and family. We want people to be able to take our wine home and enjoy it with their friends and family as well. So we do the same thing when we're creating an event. I've been fortunate enough that the family has allowed me to follow my passion and my vision and designing an atmosphere that has an ambiance of fun, creativity, of relaxing environment. I think people should be able to come into our tasting room and enjoy. They should be able to walk out on our deck and have a glass of wine and sit in a rocking chair and look at the vineyards and be able to shop and just enjoy their day.
I agree. Dave, can we put up another photo from Jennifer's? Look at that. Man. Is that stunning or
It's
what?
beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is our holiday open house that happens every year. It's a huge feat to put it on, but it's definitely worth the trip out there.
Yeah. And Dave, I think we got one other photo. Ooh, who's that?
That's Jason, my husband, myself, our son Justin, and his wife Megan. And that is sitting right, and that's our dog Arrow. He's in there.
Yeah.
That is sitting right at the tasting room. That's what you see. As soon as you walk into the doors of the tasting room, you have an amazing panoramic view. You have the Salinas Valley, the row crops below you. You have vineyards right in front of you. It's an amazing view.
It is a stunning view. So from your side, you run the tasting room.
I do.
Which include the wine club, the events that we've been talking about, and you collaborate with other wineries, as you just explained about what you just did on Saturday.
Right.
So a lot of our audience would say, how do you collaborate with competitors? Do you view them as competitors?
No, absolutely. We can't do that. We all are there to support each other. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't survive, and if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't survive. We all work very well together. We respect each other, what we're doing. It's a group effort between all of us to make things work.
I love that, and I'm going to make a segue, sidebar here. Richard and I, and your husband, Jason and Dave, and all of us actually, been talking about the corporate publicly traded companies, how they have entered the market, and what gets lost sometimes, and at the sacrifice, just making money, and everybody knows me well enough to know, my audience, that I'm all about cash is king, but there's got to be a balance.
Right.
And that's what I love about what the Smith family has created, is this balance of love for the land. When we say sustainability, you actually do it, you live it, and you've been innovators in that. So you bring the growing, and then Dave just explained in wonderful terms about creating the wine and the experience of the wine. Casey led off the show giving a background of their mom and dad and the commitment. And so that is pretty much the Smith family, is it not?
It is. The Smith family is a great family to be a part of. I'm very blessed. I love what I do. I love that they've allowed me to follow my passion and create an atmosphere that people can enjoy. It's relaxing, it's fun. We like to have a good time as a family, and it shows all over the place when you walk through the front doors. You never know who you're going to see in the tasting room during any given day. You have myself, Dave, Casey. We have 3 winery dogs. You will see them. You'll see the kids running around. You'll see my niece is working for us. You just never know what you're going to get, but I guarantee you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to be relaxed, and you're going to leave there hopefully with lifetime friends, lifelong friends.
You're so wonderful. We got to get another break in, and we're going to bring Dave and Casey back to the set. If we can figure out some way to get it.
I don't know how we're going to fit them here, but
we'll figure
they
it
can
out.
sit on my lap.
We got 1 minute to figure it out. I want to bring everybody back, and we'll get a tight shot, and just to wrap up the show.
Thank you.
And so you're wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're watching the Circle of Success Show with Dr. Jim White, and we'll be right back after this message.
12 O'Clock High is one of the undisputed best movie classics of all time. Required viewing at U.S. service academies and officer training schools. It is also one of the best business learning tools available. The movie rated #1 by top executives for its influence on their management styles. Now, the inspiration of the 12 O'Clock High Leadership and Management Summit. An innovative one-day event and 30-day follow-up where you'll quickly see what's working and not working on the front lines of your company and in your own leadership style. From J.L. White International and hosted by best-selling author and world-recognized management consultant Jim White, Ph.D., this event has already been attended by more than 100,000 business leaders in 22 industries worldwide. Now it's your turn. The 12 O'Clock High Leadership and Management Summit. Learn more at 12high.com. Are you looking for clarity of purpose? Are you a recent college graduate, unemployed, an entrepreneur, or considering a career change? A business owner or employee struggling with performance issues? Classes are forming now for the worldwide phenomenon What's My Purpose Life Mastery Course 2.0 from best-selling author and world-recognized management consultant Jim White, PhD. What's My Purpose Life Mastery Course 2.0 can help you define your goals and vision. Start living your life on purpose. Living on purpose is about joy. Living on purpose is about intention. Living on purpose is about personal transformation and continued growth. What's My Purpose Life Mastery Course 2.0 is a challenging course that helps you address finances, relationships, spiritual growth, physical and mental health. Reclaim your personal power and get your life on track to attain true success. Learn more and register at whatsmypurpose.com. That's whatsmypurpose.com.
We're back. We have Casey, we have Dave, and we got Jennifer all back to the set in the remaining segment. Casey?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit more about family. And you did a beautiful job painting a picture of who your mom and dad was, painting the picture of the sacrifices that you and Jason made while your dad was going out and starting his entrepreneurial ventures. And then fast forward to 40 years, and here we are, which is about the work that we're doing is about transition, setting that stage for the next 40 years, and passing it on. And to me, that's so exciting. So you and Dave, family is a big deal, and you have a wonderful family as well.
Yes,
and
we do.
So Erin is
Erin
junior.
is 17. Yep, she's 17, and Daniel is 15, and Jessica is 13.
Yeah.
And they are all grown up so fast.
Yeah. And then the photo we saw was with Justin, and then we have Matt and Kelly. Jason's.
And Justin's married. And
Justin's
Megan.
married. And
There's
Megan.
13 of us all
There
together.
are.
Yeah,
When we
13.
travel, we have
Try
to
get
plan for
us-
13 people in
try
a
to get
hotel.
all 13 of us to get on go on vacation and get there, have hotels.
Schedules, rooms.
But it's a lot of
crazy.
fun. We have a good time.
It is.
That's
Man.
why I make wine to relax.
Yeah, he brings
of
the
us.
wine.
Now I understand what you're talking
Yes.
about, the wines, you know. the
Yeah.
We
ones
need a
that
wine
you
for
have
the
on
experience.
purpose.
What are we doing? Are we planning or are we just drinking? What's our
We do a lot
comfort
of
level?
both.
Yeah, that's right. And I can imagine it gets pretty loud in a restaurant with you guys.
Well, for the first 10 minutes, we found out it's usually really quiet until everybody's usually kind of crabby, and then we have a cocktail, and then things get a lot better after that. And then it gets pretty loud.
We're no different than any other American family.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We know how to have a good time.
That's
for
right.
sure.
And that's what this product, and I said this brand is all about.
Absolutely.
Making you friends.
Having fun, enjoying
Having
life.
fun.
Yeah.
And at the same time balancing that with a quality of life, monetary, as
Yeah.
we talked about.
Yeah.
This business is not an easy business. You have so many risks. You got Mother Nature.
Right.
And I love how Jason reminds me of that, and Rich reminds me all the time. Yeah, that all looks good, but it depends on
change
Mother
in
Nature.
Right.
Sure.
Well, what are you farmers thinking? Right? What's it's like playing Russian roulette
It is,
sometimes. But
definitely.
we've had a good year, right, Dave?
We've had a great year.
We've had a great
year.
year.
We really truly are blessed in this industry, and yeah, there is theory versus reality. With Mother Nature sprinkles in reality, we're reminded of some of the tougher times. But for us as farmers, they're just challenges, and we can overcome those things. And when we get together and we have our social experience with each other as family, or the greater family, or the very big extension through the tasting room family, we're creating the experience of giving our passion and dealing with those challenges, but realizing this is just life. We can do this. We can really thoroughly enjoy what we have and share it with others.
It makes it worthwhile when people walk into the tasting room and are in awe by the view, they're in awe by the wines, and they leave there, seriously, lifetime friends. And we can walk away from there and be somewhere in New York City and see a bottle of our wine, and it makes it all worth it after
it
all of
does.
that.
Thank you for that. How can people buy your wine? Go to Paraiso Vineyards.com,
Come and see us,
right?
and they can buy
Come
it
see
online.
us.
Come and see us, absolutely, and online.
And online, and also online for our audience nationwide. You can check distribution as well. You can different
If you're
states,
in your
right?
local wine shop and you want a specific wine, you want a Paraiso Pinot Noir, you can ask for it, and more than likely they will get it for you.
Okay. But one of the best ways, folks, to go to ParaisoVineyards.com.
Absolutely.
Do it, send it to you, and also come and visit, right?
Come and visit, absolutely.
That's
We
more
would
fun.
love to see you.
And also these events. That beautiful venue that you have outside overlooking that Salinas Valley.
It's stunning.
It's stunning. And you can put together corporate events, weddings, everything there is just catered to.
Come see us March 30th. March 30th is our next big Easter Paraiso and Bloom event. It's to bring out the kid and everybody.
Yeah.
Easter egg hunt, gunny sack races. It's fantastic.
Lots
Really?
of surprises.
Yeah.
Grand prize for the club, too.
Grand prize, absolutely.
Yeah. March 30th.
March 30th.
March 30th. Dave,
Yes, sir.
well, it's the other Dave. I got so many Daves. in
Yeah,
this
you're
thing.
surrounded by it. It's common.
And photos under Dave's folder. I'd like to pull up one of the winery just a little bit, and I forget which one that is, Dave. But I'd like to just show what that winery looks like. And I know I'm putting our producer, wonderful Dave Johnson, on the spot because he's going through.
That
The
one with you guys all
looking
hanging
for-
out
yeah.
in the vats.
Oh, yeah, you can do that one too.
So we got one of Dave looking at grapes, something like that. So that's the beautiful thing about live television, and I want to say we
Right.
can do this
No
stuff,
stress.
so we don't panic. We're good. Oh, look at that! That's what I wanted to do.
Very cool.
I love that shot. Now, what are you looking at, Dave? What are you
Well,
looking for?
I'm actually looking for any of that particular cluster right there. I'm looking for anything that I might want to throw out. It's really minimizing the mistakes and letting the quality that's already there go through into the winery. It's funny, what I see in that shot right now is a leaky head on a barrel. It makes me kind of frustrated that that's in there. But what I'm looking at in the photo is particularly a cluster that might have
True winemaker.
some botrytis in it, and I want to throw it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed the integrity of the Smith family.
Exactly.
I looked at that barrel, and I would have never seen it if you hadn't
right.
brought it up like that. But that, so what's going on there?
There's probably just a leak somewhere, and I'm
fine.
like, why is that photo up there? Oh,
But
well.
that makes it special.
Absolutely does.
Okay,
Absolutely.
make it special. We've got to get another break in, and we'll be back with Casey and Dave and Jennifer to wrap up the show for today momentarily. So you're watching Circle of Success Show with Dr. Jim White. Okay, we're coming back. That piece you just watched, man, it says it all. I look at it, and just a brief history, and like I said, my audience is so loyal, and they know who we are, and I know they're going to appreciate that. It was a story that we were telling. We got input just over the past week. Mm-hmm. We started getting input from you guys the past week, and we created that. I got another Dave, and I'm going to thank Dave in Florida in their office in Florida for creating that.
Wow.
Man, I'm just loaded with Daves.
Yeah.
But I think that piece communicates.
It says a lot
everything
about
that's
who we are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
True essence.
Parting words, Casey. Anything? And that's just a
Thank
general-
you, and come and visit us. Come and see what we're all about. See what our family what we do and come and join the family.
Absolutely.
Dave, about
Jim, thank you for the opportunity, and it's definitely an expression of the people and the products and the place. We invite you to come join us and any of your friends in the audience.
Yeah, we will.
Same thing. Please come visit us. We would love to have you and show you what we've created, and love to have you be part of our Paraiso family.
You guys are so cool. You know that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
ParaisoVineyards.com. Make sure you go visit and sign up for the wine club and come and see them. Until next time, you've been watching the Circle of Success Show with Dr. Jim White.
This has been Jim White's Circle of Success. Please visit our website, JLWCOS.TV. Join us next time as Jim White